Hey guys, I got a free PC from someone, so I guess I'll just take the power supply out of it and make a little power supply from it. There's the 12 volt at 16 amps max, 119 amps peak, the 5 volts, the 3.3 volts and the 5 volts again. Okay. It's the 500 watt power supply, so yeah. And the rest of the PC, well, I got two nice cooling fans in the side there. I will get those out. I guess I will make them in my 100 watt LED flashlight, so it gets a bit better cooling. It would be nice, but yeah, I should be able to do that in a fairly short time. The chip that's in there, well, this one is broken, and I don't got one of these anymore, the AMD chipsets. So yeah, the motherboard itself is probably alright, but yeah, I'm still going to take this apart because well, otherwise I will just have this lying around and it's useless. And it also had this cooling fan on it, so I'll just go and put my 50 watt LED on it. Well, I still gotta get a new 50 watt LED, since this one is, well, practically broken since one line is missing. So now it isn't 50 watts, but now it's 40 watts. But it still works. Little boost converter for it, so well. This one, well, it keeps it cool, but it's running a bit hot on the center there, because of it's not too thick there, so yeah. So this one should do a bit better job then. So I'm gonna clean the surface and everything. So yeah, so for the rest, that should be pretty nice. So I guess I'll just make a time lapse from this, I guess. And I still got a DVD writer, burner, the floppy disk, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll just make a time lapse. So yeah. Okay guys, the power supply is out of there. It is a rather weird design though. It's a bit open. It's really open. That was the cover. So not sure why all these things are on here, but yeah. It still should work fine, so yeah. 12-inch Arctic fan. The circuit board is not, well, flat in there, so it's well, in an angle on the top, so around there, so that's, well, pretty weird. So well, that's the power supply. Then the rest of it, well, it's just empty case now. With the motherboard in it, I will just remove the motherboard later and really use the fans and everything well, and throw the rest away. Or I'll just use this one as a case. Well, I can't, of course, because of this is the fan, the power supply, and don't got another motherboard of this size, so I'll just throw this one away. So yeah, yeah, put this one away. Then I got a second one. Same thing, although this is a 400 watt max. This one 12 volt. It is 13 amps. So this one has a bit more power. Also got a nice fan with it. So pretty happy with that one. So I'll just then run these and look if that will power up. So yeah, 1 second. Okay guys, I got it hooked up with the black and the green wire connected. Well, I'm just doing a bit weird. This one, was it? Yeah. So yeah, it should boot up. Here's the plug, and here's the main voltage. So let's plug it in. Okay. it does run, as you can see in here now. So that's good. So there should be all kinds of voltages now on these ones. So that's good. So now I'll test the other one. Yeah, I'll just do that now. And the smoothing capacitors on this thing are pretty big. The thing keeps running for a while, so that's pretty nice. I think I'll just use this one for just my power supply for my, well, 5-volt power supply, since all my wall chargers are shitty as fuck. So I'll just use that thing instead. Since that thing runs pretty quiet, and this one probably is going to run a bit more, well, way more louder, but we'll see. Okay, nip the green one off there, and the black one. Strip those. And connect them. Okay, and get the power cord and just stick it in there. As you already can hear, this one is way louder. It turns down now, so that should be alright. Now the fence goes off, well, closed off. So that's alright. And can I shove my multimeter in there? I should be able to. Well, not this one of course. A bit too fine. I can do it with these ones. So let's just get the... Oh, keep burning. Yes. The multimeter. Lay it down there. So that you can see it. A bit up. Okay. So let's see what voltages we got here. Now the big one. Okay, so that's in the minus. So that's the 5-volt rail. So that's red. Yellow should be 12 volts. 12.2. So that's good. And let's stick it into the black one and find the orange one, which should be about 3.3 volts if I'm correct. This one, yes, 3.3 volts. So I probably should put a little resistor and an LED on there, so I can just see if it is on. So yeah. So I guess I can make a power supply from this one or the other one. I guess I'll use the other one first, because I need a good power supply for my phone and tablet and everything. Since, well, they do need to charge fast enough. And with the wall charger it just ain't going to do. Especially with this one. It's, well, half amp. And not beefy enough. So I'll just use my 500 watt power supply. I'll just clean this up and get the other wires stripped and everything. So 1 minute. Okay guys, this wiring is done and everything. Show it. That's all. But there's a little irritating thing about this power supply now, which I didn't notice before. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but let me just get out the plug and get the phone. And the microphone right next to it. There's the phone, the ventilator, but when I stop it, you will smell a little tick. So it transforms every time, bzz, 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 and that's pretty irritating. And the other one doesn't have that. At least I'll check it now, but it's rather strange and a bit annoying. And the other one, well, starts loud and goes really quiet, and this one stays idling about this. So yeah, I'll just test the other one around that. So 1 second. Okay guys, we got the other power supply in here, and let's plug it in. It should start up loud. And now dim down. Further. I do got less noise now. Okay, now it's only the ventilator which is making a little bit of noise. But yeah. What do we get when we stick the screwdriver in a bit? No noise. So that's good. This one doesn't give any noise when the ventilator is stopped, so I'll just use this one. And in this one I can just mount a switch on the side. Just need to cut a little holder, and I'll mount a small LED. Well, or not. Well, I'll just make it a bit dim. But that should work, so yeah. A few seconds, I'll just strip these wires again then. Since, well, the thing is a bit more quiet and this thing is hanging a bit under my bed, which isn't the safest thing to do, but yeah. I'll do the same with this one as the other one, so 1 second. Okay guys, I hooked up the power supply, it's running now. I think I'll just leave these wires in there and just tape them up and put it in there. Since it's pretty late and I can't go grind the casing now. I do have some switches for them, but yeah. So now it does give out some voltage. 5.01, so that's good. But I think this thing is broken once again, since I need to put it to forward. And now it works. If you put it to the back, it shuts off. So it's the solder joints again in this thing. You can just crack this thing open, no problem. So I need to solder those again. Happened 2 times before, so just on the bottom there and nothing else. So it ain't too bad. But for the rest, I'll just screw this thing together again and well, just put it under my bed. If it is quite enough, it probably is. And I'll just use it to charge all my USB things. Or I'll just put this thing somewhere else. But this thing won't give the full, well, 20 amps all, because this wire way too thin. It's I don't know why it's that thin, but yeah. So probably I'll split up some of these cable later. I'll go order some of these and just split them all up and get some fat wires in them. So I actually can get 1 amp through the wire instead of half amp or anything like that. Because well, it still is pretty thin, so yeah. It works, but it still does drain the battery before it's full, so that ain't too nice. But for us it does work, it keeps running, it's giving the right voltage. So for that, well, it's pretty nice, and it isn't getting warm at all. Of course no load now, so that's logic. But so I screw it back together, and well, then I am done for today. I got another one of these, and well, the other one, well, I can just use that one as a 12-volt power supply. So yeah, so I'll just put this thing back together. So 1 second. Okay guys, so this one is now done, and well, it's fine. This thing is capable of 20 amps, but of course it will never get it through this little tiny ass wire. So well, so I can probably just 10 of these through the port here. Just power it that way. But for the rest of it, it does work, and it does kick out 5 volts. At least at half amp, so that's fine. And it should be pretty efficient, but that's probably at a higher consumptions for this. So yeah, so the 5-volt range is 20 amps max. So yeah, it probably is going to work, but yeah. Well, that's kind of it for today, and just have this one. The other one, that one is just, well, this is going to work, but yeah, it's a bit too loud for me now. I can use it for some kind of audio stereo system or anything like that, but not for this one now. But I wish I had a bit of a bigger cable, because of this stuff is way too thin for this purpose, but oh well, it does work. So if you guys got any questions about this, just post it in the comments. Well, these things aren't hard at all to build. You can just almost cut most of the wires away. Just get the red ones and the black ones, and 1 green, 1 black, and 1 grey. But the grey wires only. So that's this one. That one is only if you want to hook up a LED, so if it's powered on. So the motherboard does know if the PSU is alright, the power supply. That's only purpose, so that's 5 volt. So if the thing kicks on, it will kick out 5 volt on that wire. So then you can just wire LED to it, or just a switch with a light on it. So that way you know if it works or anything like that. So yeah, that's kind of it for today, I guess. And well, it's kind of fun with these things. But watch out when you strip the wires, that none of your wires that come off the cables or anything don't land up on your PCB or anything. Because well, it still has main voltage in here. So it will short out. Well, at any voltage it will short out, of course, but still. So you do need to watch out with that, since if the output is protected, but from inside it isn't. So probably your fuse is going to blow. So you will hear a little pop, and then well, it's done. You're not going to get it on again. I had that 2 times, so just be careful with that, and you will be fine. Since these things aren't hard at all. So yeah, that's it for today. So see ya.